looking at the solo, Wind Cries Merry by Jimi Hendrix, I'm going to show you the chords that go beneath the solo. I'll do it in two halves, so I'll show you the first bit and then the first bit of the solo. I'm playing in standard tuning. Hendrix drops it down half a step to dropped E tuning, so if you want to play along with Hendrix, but the positions of the chords and the solo will all be in the same place as I'm playing. He's just dropped the guitar down a bit in tune. Now the first chords to the solo start here on an F, then you come down 2 frets, and then you come here to an A sharp, and into a G sharp, and you've got this. Right, they're the chords you need for the first part of the solo. So let's take a look at the first part of the solo, and it starts like this. And you're here, you're playing, and that's the 13th of the E and the 15th of the B. And then you come here and you're playing like a D shape, and you're using this throughout of this whole solo. So you've got your D here, but I'm just fretting across the 3 strings on the 12th, the G, the B and the E. I'm using this second finger here to get the 13th of the B, and you've got this. That's what he's doing, he's adding in here the 14th of the B and the 15th here of the D string. So you've got this. And then he comes down here and he's playing the 10th of the D to the 12th of the D and the 10th of the G to the 12th of the G. And you play the 12th of the G twice. So putting that together, you've got this. So now we come to the next part of the solo, and again you're playing the 13th here of the E and the 15th of the B, and now you play this. So you're playing that D shape, and then you're adding in the 14th of the G, and then the 15th of the D, and then you're playing just that D shape. So you've got this. So you've got this, which is very similar to the first riff. So this bit here, you've got the 10th to the 12th on the D string, the 10th to the 12th on the G string. You play that twice on the 12th of the G, and then you've got this, and that's just 10th to the 12th on the G and 10th to the 12th on the D. So putting that together, you've got this. Now we come to the next bit of the solo, and the first half is exactly the same as what we've just done, and it's this. But then you've got this instead. And that's just, again, playing around the 10th and the 12th on the D and the G. And you just come in here and hitting that 12th here on the D string. Now we're into the next part of the solo, and there's a key change and the chords change here. So I'll show you the chords to the second half of the solo, and then we'll look at the second half of the solo. And the chords start here on a G, come to a B flat, a D flat, and then you come to an F, you play the F for 2 measures, and then you're back into the song. So now we've got the next bit of the solo, we're changing keys, so we're moving up the neck a little bit, and you've finished off on the last solo like this. Now you come here. So for this now, you've got that stop again, but rather than playing it here between the 13th and 15th, you've moved it up 2 frets. So now you're playing the E on the 15th and the B on the 17th. And you're doing that D shape again now, but now you're barring across here, and again you've moved it up 2 frets, and you're bringing in the 15th of the B, and you've got this, and that there, you're starting off actually with the 16th of the B and that D shape. You've got that, so you've got the, and then you're playing it open, and then you're bringing in here the 17th of the D, so you start. Okay, so we're looking at the next bit of the solo, and I love this, the way he does this. He's sort of breaking the chords up. He does this sort of thing a lot. He'll use the thumb as the root, and then he'll play the bottom part of the bar chord that way, so he's got his fingers, and it's more, you can mess around with it more, you can break it up more. Say like on Little Wing, he'll do, you know, it's really cool, and it's that idea for this part of the solo. Anyway, it's played like this. So for this part of the solo, he's actually playing a B flat and a D flat, but he's playing the bottom half like this, so he's playing it that way, so that kind of gives you the idea of the chord shape. He's playing the bottom half, and he's adding in here the 8th of the B, and then the 8th of the G, so you've got this, and then he slides up to the D flat position, and does the same again, but this time obviously the notes are slightly different. You know, he's adding in the 11th here of the B and the 11th of the G, so you've got that. So now we've got this part of the solo. Now for this, you're playing the 12th of the B, play that twice, the 9th of the B, back to the 12th, and then you're bending up here on the 11th of the G to the 9th of the G. Now we come to the very last bit of the solo, when we're back into that first sort of riff that we were doing in the first part. We've got this. So for this bit, it's very similar to the piece we did here that was higher up. You've got this. And you're back on that stop again that we did at the beginning, so you've seen that. And then you've got this position here again, and you're playing the same as this part, where you start off when you're actually playing this 14th note on that D shape. And it's a double stop there on that. So you've got that. So we shifted positions again, and we're playing between the 10th and the 12th, and we start on the D string, and we've got this. And that's the end of the solo. So for that, you're playing, so that's the 10th of the D up to the 12th of the D, the 10th of the G, back to the 12th, back to the 10th on the D, and then you've just got this, which is the 13th to the 12th on the A. And that's the solo.